Bhagavate. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for joining us today. We wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees, so that we can continue with the Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th Canto, chapter number 8. So this is one of the verses. Tasaivam yunjatas chitam tapaswadhyaya samyamai anugrava virasham sin naro narayana hari. Desiring to bestow his mercy upon the saintly Markandeya, who had perfectly fixed his mind in self-realization through penance, Vedic study, and observance of regulatory principles. The Supreme Personality of Godhead personally appeared before the sage in the forms of Nara and Narayan. So, very interesting chapters. A couple of chapters now which show some mercy of the Lord. Markandeya's prayers to Narayan Rishi. This chapter describes how Markandeya Rishi performed austerities defeated by his potency Cupid and all his associates, and offered prayers to Lord Sri Hari in the form of Naranarayan. Sri Shonak was confused. So Shonak Rishi has been asking Sutta Goswami many questions. So one aspect which was a little surprising to him was the extraordinary long life span of Markanda Muni. He is a son of Makundu, who had taken birth in Shonak's own dynasty during the current day of Brahma, yet who had moved about alone in the ocean of devastation millions of years previously, and had seen a wonderful young child lying upon a banyan leaf. It seemed to Shonak that Markandeya had lived through 2 days of Brahma, and he asked Sutta Goswami to explain this. 1 day of Brahma is 4.32 billion years, and that's a long time. And it looked like he'd lived across 2 days of Brahma, which is like 8 billion years.
Prabhu?
Yes.
2 days. Does it include the night? Because 4.32 billion. No, I don't think it includes the night.
No, that's not the night. Yeah, correct.
So 2 days means 48 hours. So that is
even more.
4.32 multiplied by 4. So 16 billion, nearly more. Oh my God.
So he had a lot of birthdays.
Mm.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. I wonder what he was doing when it was the night of Brahma. Interesting. Yeah, very good point, Nanivan. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Sutta Goswami replied that after being purified by his father's performance of the prescribed rituals leading to Markandeya's Brahminical initiation, Markandeya Muni had fixed himself in the vow of lifelong celibacy. Markandeya studied the Vedic hymns and strictly observed the regulative principles. He became advanced in austerity and Vedic knowledge. He was peaceful with his matted hair, his clothing made of bark, and he was carrying the mendicant's water pot and staff. He regularly worshipped the Supreme Lord in 5 forms: the sacrificial fire. So this is Agni Dev, representing Lord Vishnu. The sun, we talked about Surya Dev, who is, again, Lord extends himself as Surya, his spiritual master. So the disciple can regard the spiritual master as the Supreme Lord. He's as good as the Supreme Lord. Shakshat Ritvena Samasta Shasti Yuktastata Bhavet. Prabhu was Saksadaritvena samasta saste yuktasthatha bhavita eva sanvi kintu prabhuya priyaeva tasya vande guru shri charanavinda. The Brahmins, also the Lord says, I eat through the Brahmins. I am represented by the Brahmins. And of course, the super soul within the heart. So he was perfect in how he worshipped all these different 5 forms of the Lord. Morning and evening, he would go out begging. Upon returning, he would present all the food he had collected to his guru. When his spiritual master invited him, he would silently take his one meal of the day. Otherwise, if his spiritual master forgot or didn't ask him, he would fast. Markandeya Rishi worshipped for countless millions of years and worshipped the Supreme Lord Hari for 6 lifetimes of Manu. Wow, that's huge. There's 14 Manus in the day of Brahma. So just, my goodness, that's incredible. That's like almost 2 billion years he worshipped the Lord. Just less than. In this way, he conquered unconquerable death. Okay, so then in the 7th Manvantara, so after the 6 lives of Manu, the 7th Manvantara, in order to ruin and impede the sage's spiritual practice, Lord Indra sent Kamdev, Cupid, and his associates to interrupt the sage's austerities. Indra had become fearful of Markandeya's growing mystic potency. But Markandeya Rishi defeated them by the potency generated from his penance. So just to go back, defeated by his potency, Cupid and the associates. Offered, okay, got it, understand now. I thought I did it wrong there. So he defeated them by his own penances. These servants of Indra found the sage sitting in meditation, having just offered his prescribed oblations onto the sacrificial fire. His eyes closed in trance, he seemed invincible, like fire personified. However, all the attempts to seduce Markandeya proved futile, and they tried very hard, sending damsels and with tinkling ankle bells, etc., etc. While Cupid and his followers tried to harm the sage, they felt themselves being burned alive by his potency. Thus, they stopped their mischief. Although the followers of Lord Indra had impudently attacked the saintly Markandeya, yet he did not succumb to any influence of false ego. It would have been very easy for him to just open his eyes and crush all of them to death or set them all on fire. But he is so cool, so relaxed. He didn't get offended at all. For great souls, such tolerance is not at all surprising. The mighty King Indra was most astonished when he heard of the mystic prowess of the exalted sage Markandeya. And he saw how Cupid and his associates had become powerless in his presence. So there he is, Markandeya Rishi. And they're trying to tempt him with nice music, nice ladies, with charming, features. So, but he was so fixed. He didn't get swayed in any way. Then, to show mercy to Markandeya, Lord Sri Hari appeared before him in the form of Naranarayan. One of them was of whitish complexion, the other blackish. They both had 4 arms. Their eyes resembled the petals of blooming lotuses. They wore garments of black deerskin and bark, along with sacred thread. They carried the mendicate's water pot, staff, and lotus seed prayer beads, as well as all purifying Vedas in the symbolic form of bundles of darbha grass. Their bearing was tall, and their yellow effulgence, the color of radiant lightning. Appearing as austerity personified, they were worshipped by the demigods. These 2 sages were the personal, direct personal forms of the Supreme Lord. So he had darshan. The Lord was so pleased with him, he gave him darshan. Markandeya Rishi prostrated himself in obeisance, and then worshipped the lords by offering them comfortable seats, water for washing their feet, and other respectful presentations. He then prayed, "Oh Almighty Lord." Now he's been worshipping for billions of years. So he's extremely pure. You bring to life the heir of all creatures, and you also protect the three worlds, vanquish distress, and award liberation. These two personal forms of yours have appeared to bestow the ultimate benefit for the three worlds, the cessation of material misery and the conquest of death. Even Lord Brahma, who enjoys his exalted position for the entire duration of the universe, fears the passage of time, then what to speak of those whom Brahma creates, the conditioned souls. So we talked about Brahma's day, right? 4.32 billion years. His life is 311 trillion years. But even that will come to an end. So in this world, there's no question of not fearing the passage of time, because time will pass. And there'll come a time when we'll have to leave the body. It will happen. Question is, are we situated in the right place? And that's what we want to try to do. Especially Bhagavatam helps us situate ourselves in the right place to leave the body. They encounter fearful dangers at every step of their lives. I do not know of any relief from this fear except shelter of your lotus feet, which are the very form of liberation. So the only shelter we have are his lotus feet, are his bhakti, his devotional service. If we're doing bhakti, then we've got nothing to fear. Then we've got absolutely nothing. Let it happen, because we are not then on our own. We're under the control of the Supreme Lord. And that's very powerful, because in this world, to be alone is a terrifying position. But if we are connected with the Supreme, then you're not alone. You're always with the Supreme Lord. And of course, he's always with you, with us anyways, Paramatma. But we may not be conscious of that. When we're doing bhakti, whether we're conscious or not, makes no difference. Paramatma will always protect. The Lord will always protect. You never allow those who have taken shelter of you to be defeated by any kind of misery. Attaining your lotus feet is the only auspicious goal for the conditioned souls, and service to you fulfills all their desires. Your pastimes enacted in the mode of pure goodness can award everyone salvation from material life. You specifically employ the mode of goodness to liberate the conditioned souls. The other two modes simply bring them suffering, illusion, and fear. Therefore, those who are intelligent worship your personal form of pure goodness, named Sri Narayan, along with Nara. And Nara is effectively man. Nara means man. Nara Narayan is the combination of man and the Supreme Lord, but they're separated. So he's saying, worship Narayan along with Nara, who represents your unalloyed devotee. Your devotee considers this mode, but never passion and ignorance, to be a direct manifestation of you. The living entity, bewildered by illusion, can directly understand you if he receives the knowledge presented in the Vedas and caused by you, the spiritual master of the entire universe. Even great thinkers like Brahma are simply bewildered when they try to understand your identity by struggling on the path of Sankhya Yoga. So Sankhya Yoga is where you try to understand through logic. Sankhya is effectively where you're applying the mind to understand the Supreme Lord. And it's very difficult to do that. But through bhakti yoga, it's very easy, because Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 10, to those who are constantly devoted to me by bhakti, I give them the understanding by which they come to me. So Krishna puts that understanding within the core of our heart if we're doing bhakti. Even we may not understand, doesn't matter. Krishna will make us understand. You yourself manifest the proponents of Sankhya and other philosophies, and thus your true personal identity remains hidden. beneath the designative covering of the Jiva soul. So what he's saying there is, yes, my Lord, you come as Kapil, Lord Kapil, then you teach Sankhya. You come as Sankaracharya and you teach monotheism, or oneness with the Lord. So somehow your personal identity remains hidden. But Markandeya Muni is saying, I know your personality, I bow down to Lord Narayan, the supremely worshipful deity appearing as a sage, and also to the saintly Narayan, the best of human beings, who is fixed in perfect goodness, fully in control of his speech, and the propagator of Vedic literature. So this is his darshan. Markandeya Muni, Nara, and so Nara, Narayan. Narayan is in the bluish color. Nara is like golden color. And they're still present in the Himalayas. And Munis like Markandeya Muni will be able to have darshan of them even today. So that's chapter 8. We carry on with this pastime for at least, I think, another 2 chapters. Really amazing. And these prayers are absolutely phenomenal prayers, amazing prayers, because they give the essence of bhakti yoga and how one frees oneself from fear in this life. So, any questions, any comments?
I think Markandeya Rishi must be one of the rarest of all the living entities.
Yeah.
Anybody to live like that, conquer death, and he even conquered the pralay caused at the end of Brahma's night. He says he was swimming, isn't it? He was swimming there and bewildered.
Oh, yeah. That's going to come next. That's right.
Yeah. It didn't come in this chapter?
No.
There was a mention in this chapter.
He's going to ask now. He hasn't asked yet. He hasn't asked.
No, what I meant, pralay, he was swimming when everything was under.
Oh, yes, that came. Yeah. It came right at the beginning when Shonak Rishi was asking the question. Yeah, well done, anyway. Yes.
Oh,
but we'll see a lot more of that in a lot of detail. Yeah. He's saying he's seen a wonderful young child lying upon a banyan leaf. But we'll see that description in a lot of detail in the next 2 chapters. But very good. Anyway, very good. Yeah, you're right. He's one of the most amazing. And his request is really unusual, what he asked the Lord. He asked him, can I see your illusory form? And even the Lord was surprised. Really? You want to see that?
That will come in the next chapter.
Yes, that's the next chapter.
It is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, actually, 2nd of June is the Western calendar of birthday of our Guru Maharaj. So we were thinking of going through some of the pictures of Guru Maharaj just to remember him on that day, on this day, Okay. So, and then, so not tomorrow, probably be on.
Do that on Saturday.
Saturday, we'll do it on Saturday. That's fine.
Shama is going to be here, so
that's fine. Saturday is fine.
So tomorrow I'll be free, tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah. Saturday is fine. Saturday is fine. Yeah. Very good.
Okay, thanks.
Prabha Ben?
Sorry. Namaste, Prabhuji. You said Nar and Narayan are still in Himalayas. Are you saying are they still there, or is just there?
Yeah, they're still there. And there's a few others. Yeah, they're still there. There's a few others as well. Vyasdev is still there. Hanuman is still there.
So we don't
Angira Muni is still there.
Sorry?
What did you?
I read somewhere Angira Muni is still there.
Angira, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But we don't see them.
We can't, if we ever get to a high level of, spirituality, really become good bhaktas, then it's possible. But
then you can do a darshan, but I don't think you can do darshan just like that.
No.
Which is so nice, like hearing all this thing. And he said when Mridanga dancing, which is very nice. You know, it's good. It's,
Oh, the song.
and-
Yeah.
yeah, and you said about he was an banyan leaf when he was born.
No, that's the Lord. He will appear on a banyan leaf. We'll see that. I think tomorrow we will see that.
Sometimes it's not when you're reading. Sometimes it's nice when we can see the pictures.
I know. This time,
Then it's more nice.
yeah. A picture says 1,000 words. You're absolutely right. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Listening very attentively, Mataji.
She's good. She's
She's
really.
very good, isn't she? She asks questions which make sense.
Yeah.
And sometimes you start thinking, what's all this? She's very good at asking.
She picks it up and she writes a note as well.
Yeah, I've got the book in front of me. I'm writing everything, what I don't understand.
Oh,
And
very
then
good. Very
it's good. It keeps in my mind.
Yeah. that's good
You
sign.
won't believe this, but I'm in my sleep now. I'm started singing like
Oh.
Nasima,
Whoa,
Om
whoa.
Nasima, Om
Wow.
Pralade, Jaya Nasima. It's coming in the mind. But
Wow.
I'm sleeping. I said, why this is coming inside me? Om Nasima, Jai Nasima. But it's good. I
Very
feel
good.
so nice inside me.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, excellent.
That's a good sign.
It's
That's a
good sign.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
think
sign.
so.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Very, very
I
good.
said I
Thank
better
you.
share with you.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. It encourages us as well.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, just it comes in middle of night. I said I'm sleeping, but this why is coming in the mind. Natural.
Very
Thank you.
good. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, if there's nothing else, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.